Ben Starr for Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Charlie Cox for Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Jennifer English for Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Lorianne Testar for Clair Obscur Expedition 33. 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 Clair Obscur Expedition 33 from Sandfall Interactive.
Clair Obscur Expedition 33!
Clair Obscur.
Ben Starr.
Carlac approves. It's Jennifer English. Sandfall Interactive.
Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
Clair Obscur Expedition 33!
Meanwhile,
Expedition 33 has already swept both the Joystick Awards as well as the Game Awards. I've already talked about just how much of an achievement this is for such a small studio, as well as the free update that the devs have promised us as a thank you for the support in this video over here if you're interested. But this is truly a breath of fresh air, especially for the Game Awards, to be honest, because this year AA and small indie studios are dominating in many categories, including the Game of the Year nominations, which was super refreshing to see for a change. But let us go over the two major Game Awards organizations and ceremonies, what Expedition 33 has managed to do in both, and if ultimately these awards are even truly meaningful anyway. The Joystick Awards, aka the People's Gaming Awards, are 100% decided by gamers who can vote for each category on Games Radar Plus each year, with this year managing to get 21 million gamers to cast their votes for the game they thought deserved the win the most. Thus, it is no surprise that Expedition 33 swept the awards, as it was a massive success that was loved and supported by both turn-based fans as well as newcomers to the genre in general, and managing to persuade them and hook them to this new genre. I was one of said fans who isn't really a fan of turn-based per se. I mean, I have played a few games, but to me, story is king, so if the story is good, I'm willing to put up with a lot of things in a game, technical or otherwise, just so I can see where the story eventually takes us to. And both the story and characters in Expedition 33 were just incredible, so playing through the game multiple times and getting platinum on it was a no-brainer for me, as the game is genuinely good. And as for the technical part that a lot of people are skeptical of, I mean, I get it, and I was intimidated by it at first, I'm not gonna lie, but it's very simple to get, and the more you play, the better you become at it eventually. And to be honest, there will come a time when you will create a great build and it will make the game a breeze to play through anyway. So it is all a matter of, you know, having patience and getting good eventually with time, I guess. So for anyone who has little or no experience with turn-based games and is thus having second thoughts about trying Expedition 33, or that is the reason that they haven't tried the game yet, just don't. I promise the game is more than worth it, and while there is of course a learning curve, you catch on pretty quickly. So definitely give it a try, especially now since I know that a lot of people will see that, oh, this game has swept the Joystick Awards and will probably want to try it, but they might be turned off by the turn-based technical aspect of the game. But I promise it is truly worth it. Having said that, I was a bit saddened to see Dispatch not get nominated or win any awards. However, it was released so late into the year that it makes sense that not as many people have played it yet, and other games have managed to be much more established in the gaming sphere this year, since they had much more time to do so. So while it is sad, it is understandable as well. But this is also yet another reason that Sandfall Interactive deserved all of their wins, because during one of the many acceptance speeches, they too admitted that Dispatch had a great story too, and they urged people to play the game if they hadn't already.
And also play Dispatch, it's very cool and has a very good story if you like this one.
Which further proves that this studio deserved it both because of their talent and passion and success, but also because of their integrity. And then we have the Game Awards, aka the Jeff Keighley Awards, where a jury of basically random, out-of-touch gaming media journalists and influencers is involved in the process, and gamers have 10% of that influence, so the voice of the people who actually pay for the games and play them accounts for a negligible percentage towards who deserves the awards most. But at least this year, the jury seems to either be trying to course correct with what qualifies as a game of the year, or they're just trying to calm everyone down because of the many fan uproars regarding the GOTY winners during the past few years. But in either case, it is refreshing to see that actually successful and beloved games were chosen as GOTY contenders, as we have no DLC contenders this year, thankfully. And yeah, of course, there were jokes about a Kojima game being nominated once again in Jeff's awards show, but at the same time, Death Stranding is an incredible game, both visually and narratively, and nobody can argue that the first game wasn't a success, obviously, but I do get those who say that the sequel sales are questionable at best, as there aren't many updates on that front, which is always kind of suspicious, but people still love the game anyway, so at the very least, it is still a game that was enjoyed and loved by its fans, so that's something, especially considering they gave the Game of the Year award to The Last of Us 2 in 2020, which was, well, not loved by fans, let's just put it that way. Expedition 33 has dominated the nominations in the Game Awards as well, and if they want to prove that all the Game Awards are rigged rumors and accusations are wrong, then the game should win in all the categories it was nominated for, as the numbers speak for themselves. Dispatch did manage to make the cut for the Game of the Year awards at least, and is nominated for the Best Debut Indie Game Award. But to be honest, I'm not sure it can manage to dethrone Expedition 33, and going by the numbers alone, Expedition 33 has this one in the bag too. Though Dispatch does deserve some recognition as well, so I don't know, I'd be happy with either of them winning, to be honest. But regardless of all that, in my opinion, such awards are kind of pointless anyway, as numbers are what's truly important for the success of a game. Games that sell well and are loved by their fans get sequels, and sometimes get the Game of the Year award if the jury is so willing. But games that manage to get the Game of the Year award regardless of their sales or fan love get the award and ruin the studio's reputation, as well as make gamers suspicious of both the jury and the Game Awards in general, thinking that some sort of favoritism and or bribe took place for such a hated game to get the award in the first place. Not to mention that the gaming journalists that help decide the Game of the Year are less than trustworthy and have been caught getting preferential treatment in order to sway them and their reviews. So how can we expect those people to then be objective with their votes for the Game of the Year? The success of a game and how much it was loved and or resonated with its audience should be, if not the only factor, then at least a factor that accounts for more than just 10% when deciding who the winner should be. Ideally, the customers, aka actual gamers, should be able to vote for which game they loved more, but I do get that the average gamer can't really judge a game on its more technical aspects, let's say, so I do get that for some categories, an expert's opinion could be useful and of course welcomed, but again, gamer input should be taken into account in those categories as well, as they are the ones that actually paid for and played the game. So between these two, the Joystick Awards seem much fairer and much more important at the same time, as there have been many times when the Game Awards have been accused of favoritism, as well as getting essentially paid off to include and or award certain games in the past. But love them or hate them, award shows can be good for the studios and their games in a sense, as they get the recognition they deserve, and such wins always boost sales as more people learn of these games and the studios get to sell the Game of the Year version of their game later on too. So I see how these can be useful, I guess. So that's why I think that while they are a bit of a necessary evil, we should at least try to make them fair. In either case, Expedition 33 has swept the Fan Awards and will probably do the same in the Game Awards as well, since it has achieved something incredible for such a small studio. And I think it is one of the many small studios that will help wake the bigger ones, as well as the gaming industry as a whole, up and make them realize what gamers are truly looking for in games.